Hey everyone, I'm going to talk with Gemini today, like a AI podcast with human, and I'm going to talk about a new topic, which is today I heard that Anthropic and Claude is going to include a kind of a AI digital signature even with the text. So I don't know how it works. So let's figure it out. Let's start Gemini. Hey Gemini, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. What can I do for you today?
Yeah, so I want to discuss or brainstorm a new topic. You might want to search in the internet to get more context. Is Anthropic said they are going to add kind of a invisible digital signature even with the text to comply with some European law. I know earlier in the image it is possible in the video, but I was wondering how it is possible, and I have some thoughts I want to discuss. But can you search in the internet and get more context?
This involves weaving a hidden signal directly into the text itself. Since it's built right into the words, it can travel with the text when it's copied and pasted, and may even persist through some editing. What are your thoughts on how this might impact authorship or content verification?
So I am an AI engineer. I want to get into the detail because I do work like, fine tuning model on training. I want to go to the fundamentals, okay? And let's figure it out how it's possible. If I as the developer has to do the same thing for my model, how will I be able to do it? So can I share my idea with you?
I'd love to jump into the technical details with you. Go ahead and share your ideas on how you'd approach implementing this at the model level, and let's explore the possibilities.
Great. So basically, I'm going to tell you my thought process and also the challenges, and I want you to validate. So let's go with the image, right? Which is very already established that if you are creating an image, within the image, you can always add your own digital signature. But the challenge there is if people take screenshot of that image and modify that, then all the digital signature is gone. Is that understanding right?
Your understanding is spot on. For images, metadata and watermarks attached to the file can be lost or stripped away if the image is screenshotted, converted to a different format, or resaved without the original data. That's why there's a push for more robust standards like C2PA that try to maintain that provenance across transformations. What are you thinking about for text specifically in terms of persistence?
Yeah, so for text, I'm really wondering, and I'll be waiting to see because what I feel the only way you can do it not directly through the model, you have to apply that API layer, right? Which is the harness when you call. But I think the only way you can do it, you need to generate a specific style and font of the text, which does not exist in the world, or maybe only Anthropic specific, and you do a copyright on that font so that if anybody else is use it you can spot on. But I think that's the only way you can have a digital signature, by applying a specific font color style and eventual combination. That's one thing, other than adding some salt like specific signature pattern, changing the word, some uppercase lowercase, like this these many things, various combination of the characters, that is possible. But again, the same challenges. If you copy that into a notepad, things are gone, and maybe you send it to another LLM and ask to basically transform it or review it and give it back, everything is gone.
Your ideas about using specific fonts and character variations are certainly creative, but you're correct that those visual markers would be lost the moment the text is converted to plain text. The watermarking techniques we're seeing rely on subtle biases in word choice that persist even when the text is copied to a new document or even run through another model.
So now tell me how we can achieve, like, mean to say that, how we can actually can you give me some idea how we can really make this process bulletproof? Well, let's start with the text first because that's I'm more interested, and then we'll move to images.
Text watermarking typically works by subtly biasing the model's choices when generating words. When there are multiple equally good ways to phrase something, the system nudges the selection towards a particular hidden pattern. A detector that knows that pattern can analyze a passage and determine if it's statistically likely to contain that watermark.
But there are challenges, right? I want you to search in the internet. Few days back or a few months or maybe last year, I heard that there were universities who deployed this, anti-cheating software, and they got sued. And in the court, it proved that even through this, the right student or whoever has not done anything wrong, they are also victim of it due to this software inaccuracy. So unless we say that this process is 100% proved, it's not fair to deploy.
You're absolutely right to highlight those legal and reliability concerns. Recent cases have shown that relying on AI detection for high stakes decisions, particularly in academia, can lead to false accusations and unfair outcomes for students. The accuracy and fairness of these tools are still major barriers to widespread, trustworthy deployment.
So going back to those texts, so you basically saying that generating or creating a pattern which is like a statistically correlated is a way to detect, and that's not foolproof, right? And then I gave you some idea like having some font color combination which is specific to certain model company. That may be one of them. I mean, other than that, if somebody wants to do transformation, like output of one model, send it to another model and transform, then we are gone, right?
You've hit on the major challenge with text watermarking. If a model's output is sent to another LLM and heavily rewritten or transformed, the statistical signal that the detector relies on is usually broken, making the original mark undetectable. This is precisely why detection is considered to be an indicator rather than a guarantee of authorship.
So now let's talk about the overall objective of the goal, right? As a society, we wanted to be responsible. We want to learn our students properly without cheating. We want people to write, be creative. But now, due to AI, can write way better, and humans are stop thinking more and they are more relying on AI, which is a negative side of it. And they are also outsourcing their understanding and thinking many times. So but the thing is that how the solution to that is not to stop using the AI, but that should be something else, because these are stopgap. This cannot be like a long term solution. So it's a challenge, right? We are evolving into new world. What do you think how we should evolve from here? Because restricting access is not going to be the solution.
You're describing a fundamental shift in how we approach learning and thinking. The key moving forward is likely to focus on